योग से होगा सर्वोदय, सब सुनो हे इंसानों। सहयोग करो ओ प्रभु की संतानों, ओ प्रभु की संतानों। अब दूर नहीं मंजिल अपनी, ओ शांति के परवानों। सहयोग करो ओ प्रभु की संतानों, ओ प्रभु की संतानों। सहयोग का ये आंदोलन है, सद्भाव का आंदोलन, सद्भाव का आंदोलन। देते हैं समस्त जगत को आज हम एक सात्विक चिंतन, एक सात्विक चिंतन। भाव के गौरव को, बंधुत्व भाव के गौरव को ओ जग वालो जानो। सहयोग करो ओ प्रभु की संतानों, ओ प्रभु की संतानों।
ओम शांति। विश्व के ऑलमाइटी पिता के प्यारे संतानों और हमारे रूहानी भाई बहनें, आप सबको मैं तहे दिल से इस ईश्वरीय प्रांगण में दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। स्वागत हो, स्वागत हो, स्वागत। आज हम सभी विशेष एक साउंड टू साइलेंस, आप सबको आज का थीम याद है। साउंड टू साइलेंस इस प्रोग्राम के आधार से एकत्रित है। जैसे इस प्रोग्राम में हम सब चाहते हैं, इस वर्क फील्ड में रहते, साउंड की आवाज़ की दुनिया में रहते, कई बार ऐसा सोचते हैं साइलेंस का अनुभूति करने का। जीवन में सब चाहते हैं शांति चाहिए करके, वो शांति का अनुभूति करने के लिए आप सबको बहुत सुंदर अवसर मिला है। और हमारे बीच में डॉक्टर राम जैन भाई, कृपया स्टेज पर आइए। राम जैन भाई बैठ। हमारे बीच में इस संदर्भ में उस तरफ उधर आदरणीय राजयोगिनी बीके छाया दीदी हैं। छाया दीदी को मैं दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। स्वागत है, स्वागत है। और हमारे बीच में और एक वक्ता आदरणीय अरविंद कामत भाई, वो भी आईटी फील्ड वाले, वो भी हैं। भाई को भी मैं दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। और हमारा डॉक्टर राम जैन भाई हैं, वो साइकियाट्रिस्ट निमांस में सेवा दे रहे हैं। भाई को भी मैं दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। और हमारे बीच में और एक कोऑर्डिनेटर जो हैं बीके शशांक भाई हैं, वो आईटी फील्ड में हैं। भाई को भी मैं दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। आप सभी जो भी आए हैं ईश्वर के इस दरबार में, आप सबको फिर पुनः मैं दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
Okay, Om Shanti. Come forward. Okay. Come forward. Okay. Takes places forward. Okay. हाँ स्टार्ट करो करो आया ना अभी. Okay, we will go through the introduction. Okay, so in the next 4 hours, what's going to happen today? So we have the welcome and the introduction right now. We are maybe just 5 minutes late. Then there is a session by Chaya sister from 10 to 10:45. Then 10:45 to 11:15 we have a reflection session by Rupa sister. Then we have a tea break at 11:30. Tea break will be downstairs on the ground floor. Then 11:30 to 12 they will be experiencing power of silence by Arvind Bhai. Then there will be 12 to 12:30 Supreme Consciousness by BK Ramajayam Bhai. Then Sound to Silence talk will be there by BK Ambika Didi. Then we have question answer from 1 to 1:30. Then 1:30 onwards it will be lunch. Thereafter, after finishing lunch, you all can come back to the museum and there is a short tour of the campus. You can go around and somebody will be there to guide you around. Okay. Okay. So food, water and washroom. Washroom is that side on the 3rd floor. Water is there. Food is not there yet. Food will be. As the one who's here, he has turned old in this picture. So he is Dada Lekhraj. Dada Lekhraj was a diamond merchant and he had a deep earning within him to meet the Supreme. He had 12 gurus. This is the time in 1936 when Dada was about in his mid 50s. At that time he had some divine visions and instructions were given to him by the Almighty. Following that, Dada gave up his flourishing business of diamonds, and he formed a trust consisting of mothers and sisters. That was, the title was Om Mandali, and he surrendered all his wealth to the trust. Initially it was a satsang. Everyone, including Dada, learnt Raj Yoga taught by the Supreme. This went on for 14 years until 1950. 14 years of intense tapasya. The group of about 300 people, mostly mothers and sisters, moved from Pakistan to Mount Abu. So Dada was in Hyderabad, Sindh at that time in 1936 when he had the divine vision. Thereafter he went to Karachi. From Karachi, after partition, the whole group of 300 brothers and sisters along with Dada came to Mount Abu in Rajasthan. At this time, go back. So morally reborn or spiritually regenerated through the oracles of Almighty One God came to be known as Brahma Kumars and Brahma Kumaris. Okay, and that is why the name Prajapita Brahma Kumaris Ishwariya Vishwavidyalaya. Okay. So these were the initial pictures. The young girls at that time in 1930s. They studied. They were in a hostel. They used to go out. These were in 14 years from 1936 to 50. Then they got onto a steamer in 1950, came over to Mount Abu, Rajasthan. So what happened in 50s after they came here? Services started in various cities in India. So what were they doing? They went around the whole country in various groups, slowly, telling everybody about Raj Yoga. What they learned from the divine, they started propagating that knowledge. Okay, spiritual lectures and workshops. So first international visit happened in 1954. Dadi Prakashmani, we'll see a picture of her a little later, led a delegation to Second World Religious Conference in Japan, Congress. And then she went around for a 6 months tour. At this time, the group struggled for funds. This was also called the beggary part of the organization. 1958, thereafter, you can see in pictures. Next. So what many of you would know, Raj Yoga is 7-day course. It took many years for them to understand each and every point of that, and it took good 18-19 years to understand that. Thereafter, services started from in all parts of the country. Next. All sisters went out to, so Dada sent out all the sisters to various parts of the country. Now, we always hear Brahma Kumaris. So in these pictures, what we are trying to convey is there are Brahma Kumars also. It's both ways, like both brothers and sisters have contributed. What happened in 65, 69, then Mama left her mortal coil. Dada left in 69. He was known Brahma Baba by then. Once he left, this is the only spiritual organization you can check which grew in leaps and bounds thereafter. Once its founder members left their body, the organization grew in leaps and bounds. Dadi Prakashmani and Didi Manmohini were appointed as godly service administrators. 1971, the international Seva started. Next. You can see some pictures here. 1980s, Brahma Kumaris went to United Nations. They were invited, and they are part of various UN committees. In 1985, Dadi Prakashmani received the Peace Messenger Award from the United Nations. Even till date, main programs regarding social service or community upliftment, empowerment, Brahma Kumaris are specially invited to the United Nations. You can see in these pictures, we'll go quickly, about various involvements of Brahma Kumaris. This is a roadmap of what all conferences Brahma Kumaris have attended at the United Nations. Next. Interfaith activities. So what happened in 1988, that was something very interesting. It is called Vargikaran, like wings were formed. So why wings were formed? So that all sections of the society from various professions, they can get to know about Raj Yoga and Brahma Kumaris. So you can see there are so many wings: medical wing, media wing, student wing, sports wing. Each wing will conduct programs and invite the respective professionals. So they go and travel to Mount Abu, or various conferences happen around the country. So as the community grew larger, as the children grew larger, bigger complexes were built. So some pictures. Okay, so what is there today? Today there is no Guru Shishya or Swamiji at Brahma Kumaris. Okay, as you will get to know more, you will know the role of Brahma Baba and whatever happened after that. But there is no Guru Shishya or Namaskara or bowing in front of anyone. We all are the children of the Almighty, one God. Everyone connects to that one God. Okay. There is no discrimination of caste, creed, color, country, or geographical boundary spread across 140 countries. Brahma Kumaris has 8,500 centers and still growing. In urban areas, within 4 to 5 kilometers of your house, you will find a Brahma Kumaris center. In villages, you will definitely find one center. So just in summary, 8 decades old organization. It's a secular organization. Women are always in the front in Brahma Kumaris. That is one thing which Brahma Baba espoused in the beginning, and it is still continuing. Global presence, spiritual services, everything free of cost. Give it a thought. Nothing outside is free. Even some conference you will attend, you will have to pay something. At Brahma Kumaris, everything is free. Next. Okay, the principles: one God, one family. We want to, Brahma Kumaris want to inculcate a value-based society, self-transformation, and thus world transformation. Usually we believe the ulta, but Brahma Kumaris, it is self-transformation and thus world transformation. Spirituality, meditative practices can be practiced anywhere, any time of the day. One has to fill oneself with divine virtues and thus contribute to a transformed society, city, country, and world. Perform your daily duties of the family life and use spirituality to stay powerful, happy, peaceful, loveful through the day. Not for some time and then go down. Not like that. Next. So what do we do at every day at Prajapita Brahma Kumaris Ishwariya Vishwavidyalaya? Vidyalaya. It is a school. Vishwavidyalaya, it's a university. We study every day. One Gyan Murli class is there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Same class worldwide, everybody studies the same. Are there any holidays? No. 4 subjects are studied: Gyan, Yog, Dharana, Seva, knowledge, meditation, imbibing, service. Typically we think if we have the knowledge, we have become an embodiment of it. Okay. So, but this journey for everyone goes like this. This is about Yogbhavan. This is the place. Came about in 1980. 2019 this was inaugurated and it became a retreat center. Numerous programs have been organized here for Brahma Kumaris and for outsiders also. Next. These are our jewels of light: Prajapita Brahma, Jagdamba Saraswati, Rajyogini Dadi. Okay, next. Thank you very much. We will start, and next session will be for Chaya Benji. So we have Chaya Didi here. Chaya Didi has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation right from her childhood, and presently she is rendering services in the Brahma Kumaris local center at Bangalore, Arkere, for the past 25 years. She is a postgraduate in mass communication and journalism from Bangalore University. At Brahma Kumaris, she is also a core group member of the SPARK, Spiritual Application and Research Center, Mount Abu. She conducts numerous management courses about positive thinking, living values, etc. for corporates, banks, colleges and school for the past 20 years. Let's welcome Chaya sister.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, a day to start off with few minutes of meditation. So I request you to keep all your things aside. So your paper, pen, mobile, everything. Just take few minutes. Please sit straight. Take few minutes time. Reflect on the thoughts that come to your mind. As each thought comes to your mind, just check. Is it something that is energizing me? Something that I want to avoid? Something I didn't want? As you reflect on your thoughts, just pick one thought. I am the peaceful being, the energy that is guiding me, that is pulling me. Each thought that comes to my mind reminds me that you are the peaceful being in the middle of the forehead. As I start to reflect on these thoughts, vibrations deep within me changes. And I find peace within me, stillness within me, silence within me. I am a peaceful being. Not the peace that is outside, the silence that is outside, but I am the embodiment of peace. As I slowly experience these vibrations, I can feel peace is within me. Peace is my original nature. Slowly move your hands. As you move your hands, feel the vibrations of peace transmitting to your hands. Slowly move your legs. Feel the vibrations of peace transmitting to your legs, your thighs, stomach, shoulders, neck, face. My whole body is completely relaxed because I can feel the peace within me. As I reflect upon myself, what is self made up of? I relax for a few seconds and think about this question. What am I? What is the self made up of? Is this body? Is it these eyes that can see, that can perceive so many things in this world? Or is it my words? Or is it something that I hear, I perceive, experience? What is self made up of? I question myself. Then deeply there is an answer that comes up. I am not a doctor, not an Indian by profession, nationality, IT by profession. I am not a wife or mother or a cousin to someone. That is not the self. The self is that I am made up of my own thoughts, my decisions, and my impressions, the sanskars that I hold. Can I touch upon these things rather than the outer ring that I hold, the tags that we hold? Just question yourself. How far I can feel these tags are real, they are true, and they are permanent. And I know from deep within, these are temporary, short-lived, and they can give me peace, they can give me strength for a very short time. Taking this question further, what am I? What is the self made up of? Is it the roles that I play every day? I get up, I remind myself that I am someone's daughter, father, mother. I go to the office, feel I'm the manager. I am the subordinate or the clerk. I'm someone's friend or cousin. Just reflect on these questions. Am I the role that I play? Because some roles give me more strength, some roles give me more peace and happiness, and some roles are just void. Thank you. As we move along this question further, so what is the answer that comes up from within? क्या अंदर से विवेक क्या कहता है? Conscience that we hold. So what is the answer that comes up? Because we all know that the roles that we play, it is so important for me to know that there are 3 important stages in my life. One is the self, the second is my relationship, and the third is the world. So the self, I am what I am, and then my relationship that I hold, and then the world. So what is all these things based on? So if my relationship, my friends, my cousins, or anything, so it is all based on myself, we say. स्वयं पर आधारित है, स्वयं पर निर्भर है. It is based on myself. So when I say I am a happy person with this friend, so I can empower myself with this person. I know what to do with these relationships. So when we are saying the self, so I tune inside to my own self, so which is made up of my own belief system. It is made up of my own impressions or sanskars. It is made up of my own thoughts, right? So it is made up of so many things, my emotions, my experience, so many things. So if this self is very strong, it is very, very value-based. If the self is very powerful and positive, that means my relationship with others also is positive and very powerful. But then always we look upon others, we say let them be peaceful, let them be cooperative, let them be understanding. But then what is self? Self starts with understanding others, understanding the other sanskars or impressions, adjusting with others, and then making someone very positive and empowered. So ये यहाँ स्वयं से start होता है. So it starts from the self. तो स्वयं एक base है, foundation है. तो फाउंडेशन से हम लोग रिलेशनशिप बिल्ड कर सकते हैं, फाउंडेशन से हम बाहर तक जा सकते हैं. वी कैन मूव अराउंड टू द वर्ल्ड. सो व्हाट इज सेल्फ मेड अप ऑफ? बिकॉज रिफ्लेक्टिंग अपॉन द सेल्फ इज नॉट जस्ट a very simple thing, because many times we find that during our journey in this life, many times our thoughts are different, our words are different, and our actions are different. Right? So we can easily find out that it is not in sync. So we can easily make out that it is not in sync. Synchronized nahi ho raha hai. So what happens at that time? So just imagine, so at home, so my mother is with different idea, my father is with a different idea, my brother is with different idea, my cousins are with different ideas. So how do you really cope up and bring everyone together? So we try a lot, no? We try to adjust, we try to make someone understand, we compromise, we do so many things. But then how do we bring everyone together? We want everyone together, no? So how do we do that? So basically, there is someone who is strong. There is someone who is very positive, who brings everyone's ideas, everyone's suggestions together. And then everyone says, this is fine, this is okay. The same way, there is an inner organization, the mind, intellect, and my own sanskar. So when I am not in tune with these three things, it is very difficult to understand others, very difficult to feel for others, very difficult to empower others, to make others positive. So if this is in tune, I can find that so others also are more understanding, are more cooperative, and are more very, very positive with me. So when I say the self is just an energy, right? So it's an energy. So it is made up of thoughts, mind, that is also an energy. Your decision power, that's also an energy. So your impressions, that is also an energy. So if I am not able to really control or synchronize these energies within me, so it goes in a confused way. So just like how you can see if some people, you're riding your car on the road, and then all of a sudden there is some heckless driver, so who just wants to overtake everyone and go. So what does this mean? So it connects to their mind. No? So it is not just that the driver is driving and going. So when you see that person, immediately you find some disturbance in his or her mind, some confusion in his mind. So all these things are there within and around us. We have a car, we have a building, we have everything, all the gadgets. But when you see a person who is using all the gadgets, you connect to their mind immediately. You connect to their thoughts immediately. It's easy to find out, no? So you connect there. So how confused we are, how positive we are, how more empowered we are. So what meditation teaches us is, it's such a beautiful concept of self-reflection. So how much I can tune myself into that silence world. Because silence is not that I am sitting quiet here, I have sat down, but then thoughts about the past, about my meetings, about my manager, about so many things come up. This is the sound of the mind, right? You can switch off all the sound outside. You can switch off everything. You switch off your TV, you switch off your radio, you switch off your internet, mobile, everything. But then there is some sound inside your mind. Constant thoughts that keep coming into your mind. So if I am not able to track that and then change those thoughts, so what will happen is I will not be able to tolerate the thoughts that come to my mind, because I have absorbed everything that has come on my way. Absorbed everything. Somebody is speaking, somebody is seeing, some sound, some smell, everything through these 5 sense organs, I have absorbed it. So whatever is taken inside, So naturally it keeps going on inside. अंदर चलता है ना, नहीं? So कितना समय चलता है? बहुत टाइम तक चलता रहता है. And we don't find that, what I can say, we don't find that tool or weapon to control it or put a full stop to that. So what is silence is, it is a kind of meditation. So it is a deep meditation where you can feel that you are that energy and you are empowering yourself with silence thoughts, vibrations of deep silence. You're empowering. And in that silence, you can easily figure out what is necessary and what is not necessary. All of us have seen a beautiful lake. No, all of us have seen. So it is such a beautiful thing, it's a nature. So why the lake is so beautiful, why it attracts everyone? Because of its serenity, because of its purity, and because it is clean and clear. Right? Even a single wave, you can feel a single ripple, you can feel there is something moving in the lake. Okay? Something moving. Even if it is an insect or even if it is a leaf that has moved there, immediately you can feel something is moving because it was so still, it was so silent. The same way, mind also has to be very silent. Then, when we are in that state of silence, you can feel that any negative thought or any wasteful thought, anything that is unconnected, something unnecessary, something is disturbing. You can immediately filter that. Immediately filter it out. So, what is self reflection is deep inside, there's a kind of understanding within me. So, what is necessary and what is not necessary? What is important for me? Because thoughts keep coming, no? So, randomly it keeps coming about this, about a person, it could be about the talk, conversation, everything. Yahan baat ki, wahan baat ki. It randomly keeps coming. But then I need to put a stop to that. So power of silence is so much, so great. So what is that power within me? So can I hold that power of silence within me for a few seconds? So now just let us practice for a few minutes. Leave aside the pen, paper, everything. For a few minutes, visualize that your mind is just like a serene, clean, clear lake without any ripples or waves. Just create one beautiful thought. There is the inner beauty within me, beauty of my thoughts, energy of the positive thoughts. Which is still, silent. Just observe the stillness within you. Experience the deep stillness and silence. I tune into this world, cut off from the outside sound and noise. As I go deep within, as I dive deep within, I can find treasures of silence. Which gives me more energy, more positivity as I feel the treasure of silence within me. I acknowledge me being a peaceful soul. With this acknowledgement, I accept the time, the energy of peace. As I accept my words, my actions are in tune with my thoughts of peace. There is so much of peace in this world, my inner world. Let me walk with these vibrations of peace. Let me transmit the vibrations of peace. Let it go far and wide into the world. Each soul experiencing the vibrations of peace. And everyone's mind is relaxed and peaceful. And slowly, thoughts of war, thoughts of clashes subsiding. I slowly make these thoughts of peace powerful, vibrations very powerful, so that it reaches out to the nature. Each plant, in the vegetation, animals, birds are at peace. I receive peaceful cooperation from the nature. As I reflect on this self, I remember to accept whatever I transmit, I give out, comes back to me in multifold. Let me give peaceful vibrations to one and all. This is a form of blessings that we give to all. This is a form of blessings that we receive from nature. The peaceful, serene atmosphere. From the heart, let us thank the Almighty for this beautiful thoughts, the peaceful thoughts that He has taught. that we can give to the nature and people so that we receive it multifold. I request you to slowly stand up. Please stand up. Just please face your partners. Face your partners. If somebody who's standing beside you, please face your partners. Then just reflect whether they are your colleagues, friends, or known to you, or not known to you. Just reflect few thoughts of good wishes. Let that person be healthy, happy, peaceful. As I give these vibrations to him, I feel I'm filled with these vibrations of fullness. Let us thank our friends for this beautiful gathering, this beautiful, peaceful place. It is because of me and each and every person in this hall that we are creating these peaceful vibrations. Thank you so much. Request you to please be seated. आप लोगों को कैसा लगा? हाँ, तो इतना जर्नी किए ना for 20-25 minutes. How did you all feel? आप लोगों को कैसा लग रहा है? हाँ, is it okay? We are all going in that journey, peaceful journey में जा रहे हैं. Yes, okay. So if you are feeling yes, so I request, how many are feeling yes? Okay. So please write down. No? You have a paper and pen. Please write down. For how long can I stay in this peaceful state of mind the whole day? For how long can I stay in this peaceful state of mind the whole day? Leave alone the sleep hours, 16 hours that we are consciously working, eating, working, doing meetings and so many things. How long can we be in this state of mind, of peace? We have 2 minutes time. 2 मिनट में लिख सकते हैं आप सब. कितना टाइम हम ये शांति में रह सकते हैं? जस्ट नंबर्स लिखिए. 5 मिनट, 10 मिनट, 15 मिनट, 15 मिनट्स, हाफ एन आवर. Written? लिख दिए? Okay. So next. So what are the things that disturb me most? Is it people? Is it someone's conversation? Or is it media? Or is it, what is it? What disturbs me? And I move out of that peaceful state of mind. What disturbs me? Most important. Done? हो गया? What is the solution for that? उसका समाधान क्या है? अगर हमने लिखा है, I've written as mobile, डिस्टर्ब करता है मुझे। तो समाधान क्या है? तो हम इजीली बोल सकते हैं कि उसको दूर रखते हैं, लेकिन अंदर चलता रहता है ना, इनसाइड कीप्स गोइंग ऑन। मोबाइल दूर रखती है, मोबाइल में क्या क्या मैसेज आया होगा, मोबाइल 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 अंदर चलता है, लेकिन वो समाधान नहीं पूछ रहे हम। तो ये समाधान जिससे हम मेंटली भी डिटैच हो जाए, उससे न्यारा हो जाए, उससे वो सॉल्यूशन, राइट? So something that is very concrete, that's very deep inside, a transformation that is deep inside my mind. स्थूल रीति से नहीं है। Physically we can do so many things. We can move out of the office, we can move out of people, we can be away from everyone. So I can keep away my mobile, my TV, everything. But inside also there should be some डिटैचमेंट। वो कब आएगा? व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन फॉर दैट? हाँ, डिटैचमेंट कब आएगा? क्योंकि ये भी एक तरह का सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन है ना। सो सेल्फ इज आई एम यूजिंग सो मेनी थिंग्स, ये सब यूज़ कर रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर मैं एम्पावर्ड नहीं हूँ, मैं पॉजिटिव नहीं हूँ उससे, तो इतने सब चीज़ें मेरे पर हावी हो गए ना, दे आर टेकन ओवर मी। तो इसीलिए इसको रिवर्स करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। वी हैव टू रिवर्स दैट, एंड रिवर्सिंग प्रोसेस हैज़ टू टेक प्लेस, एंड लेट इट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हियर। तो क्या समाधान है जिससे हम मेंटली भी डिटैच हो सकते हैं? वो है, वो नहीं है तो भी ओके। आई एम यूजिंग इट, आई एम नॉट यूजिंग इट, ऑल्सो इट्स ओके। सो आई हैव फाउंड अ पर्सन, ही और शी इज़ देयर विथ मी, नॉट देयर विथ मी, आई एम ओके। तो वो समाधान क्या है? What is the solution? Can you write it in 2 minutes? Because I am left with only 3 minutes now. या हो गया? तो यहाँ पर ब्रह्मा कुमारीस में एक बहुत ही सुंदर कॉन्सेप्ट सिखाया जाता है, बैलेंस, राइट? सो बैलेंस क्या है? व्हाट इज दैट बैलेंस एक्चुअली? सो इट इज़ लाइक ए स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज एंड भौतिक दुनिया, राइट? लव एंड लॉ, नॉलेज एंड पावर, तो ये सब बैलेंस है। सो इफ वी हैव लॉस्ट दिस बैलेंस, so we can find that we are all totally bent upon only one side. So other side is vacant or empty. So spiritual, we move away from household and go away, or too much of bhautikta, physical world, so we are just into that, left out with our inner power. So it is a beautiful balance that we need to maintain. So simple example जो हम कहकर finish करेंगे. So I find that some people are too much of workaholics. So they forget their social life, they forget their family life, they forget all the other things. ये balance नहीं बनता है, right? So कई ऐसे हैं जो सिर्फ shopping ही करते रहते हैं, they forget other things. देखे होंगे ना, तो ऑफिस भूल गए, घर भूल गया, रिलेशन भूल गए, सब कुछ भूल गए. देर आर अदर्स हु आर जस्ट सेल्फ सेंटर्स, मैं मेरा और मेरा अपना. सो वी फॉरगेट कि हमारे आसपास को कोई है जिनकी हमारी ज़रूरत है. दे वांट मी, माय सपोर्ट, दे वांट माय कोऑपरेशन. सो सेल्फ हो गया. तो ऐसे व्हाट स्पिरिचुअलिटी टीचर्स इज ब्यूटीफुल बैलेंस. तो जितना हम सेल्फ पे हैं उतना वी आर फॉर अदर्स ऑल्सो, राइट? सो वी आर देयर फॉर अदर्स, अवेलेबल फॉर अदर्स. तो जितना हम ऑफिस में हैं उतना ही सोशल लाइफ इज़ ब्यूटीफुल. तो माई फाइनेंशियल लाइफ इज़ ब्यूटीफुल, इकोनॉमिक लाइफ इज़ ब्यूटीफुल. ये बैलेंस मेंटेन करना है. सो व्हेन वी हैव मेंटेन दिस बैलेंस, automatically my mind gets tuned to where I have to be detached, I will be detached. Where I have to involve, I will be involved. This is a beautiful, beautiful lesson that I have learned here in Brahma Kumaris. So let us all practice this balance in our lifetime, right? Right? Okay. So abhi is balance पर we will do 2 minutes of meditation and I end this session here. आप सब again feel free, and then when I look into the journey of my life, let us see those roles where I miss out, that part that I missed out. It could be my family life, it could be my social life, it could be community service, or it could be my spiritual life. Where is the missing point? As I see my own journey being very transparent, I find few roles that are vacant, empty. Let us create that thought of fulfilling those roles. Family role, role of a manager or role of a father. Let us maintain the balance. This balance brings deep inner relaxation, kind of liberation within me. Let us be in this relaxed state, liberated state. Thank you very much. Om Shanti. Thank you. I end this session here and we move on to the next session. Thank you very much.
Om Shanti. How many of you speak one language only? Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chaya sister, how many languages do you speak? Takes time to learn a language, right? And silence. All languages same, right? Thank you, Chaya sister, for such a nice session. Okay. We'll now have Deep Prajulan in just a few minutes. So in the meanwhile, we'll play a song. Whatever you learnt with Chaya sister, try practicing that, listening to each and every word of that song.
the voice of a mother and a father and a child. Would you recognize the truth? Do you feel the love that's falling from my eyes? Take just a minute, come and rest by my side. Let me tell you your own story. Let me walk you through your lives. Only a second, it's all it takes to realize there's 100,000 angels by your side. There's 100,000 angels by your side. Do you hear me talk to you? I whisper through doorways and pathways of your mind, clear like falling dew, and fresh from my journey, crossing the ocean of blue. Take just a minute, come and rest by my side.
Om Shanti. May I request Jyoti ma'am to come on the stage? Jyoti ma'am. Yeah, Samhita Academy, principal of Samhita Academy. Please come on stage. And I also want to request Mr. Karthik Ramaswamy. Mr. Karthik Ramaswamy, please come on stage. Ma'am, you can come from that side. We'll do Deep Prajulan and I would now like to invite BK Ambika Didi. Ambika Didi has been in Gyan, in knowledge, from 1976, 46 years. Ambika Didi. This center and 300 centers, this is called VV Puram subzone. Didi is the director of all the zones. She is also the national chairperson of Spark Wing. Right from her childhood, Didi was interested in spirituality. She completed her bachelor's in science and got initiated to Gyan while she was studying. After completing her bachelor's, she surrendered herself in the year 1976 to Brahma Kumaris. And from 96 onwards, for the last 26 years, she has been giving her services for the organization.
शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में। जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से, सुख ही सुख कण कण में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं। परिवर्तन की है ये बेला, ये जग बदलने वाला। राजयोग का मार्ग यही है, सहज सरल निराला। दिव्यता की बन जाए मूरत, मंदिर से इस तन में। जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से, सुख ही सुख कण कण में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं।
Thanks to all of you. Thanks Jyoti sister. Thanks Karthik brother. Thank you Ambika बहन जी, अरविंद भाई, रामा भाई, छाया बहन, अरविंद भाई, सुजाता दीदी. Okay. All good till now? Or you want to do some exercise? Okay. So next we have a session by Rupa sister. Rupa sister has been practicing Raj Yoga for the last 8 years. She is from the software domain and currently works as Novartis and regularly conducts Raj Yoga meditation sessions for her global team at Novartis. Prior to this, she was working at IQVIA, Google and Amdocs in Israel and also at the King Fahd University of Petroleum and Minerals in the Middle East. With an education background in software, she holds advanced degree in learning and development from Carleton, United States and was the topper of her batch. She practices Raj Yoga while living with her family and feels that regular practice of Raj Yoga meditation helps her to stay peaceful and calm in isolation. Right? Practice of Raj Yoga meditation helps her to stay peaceful and calm even in chaotic situations. Inside my house I am peaceful only. But at times not also. Over to Rupa sister.
Thank you, brother. Let's just take a moment of silence, please. Om Shanti. Very nice to see a gathering of all the professionals in here. So thank you for taking your time on a Sunday and making yourself available. This is going to be very, very beneficial to you. I guarantee you that. I'm a student of Raj Yoga meditation here in the same center, and I can definitely assure you that this will go a long way in your work-life balance, personal and professional life. So when we talk about silence, right, from sound to silence, silence is something we feel that when we're amidst all of our project deliverables, deadlines, responsibilities, roles, we are engrossed in all of these things. And it seems as though peace is so far away. Forget about peace. I don't think I can get into silence. Right? Sometimes, does it ring a bell? Do you feel that? Yeah. So, like Chaya's sister was so beautifully explaining, it's the noise from within our own minds that makes us, just move far away from ourselves. And today, in the context of consumerism and materialism, we have identified ourselves so much, to such a great extent, with our roles, with our positions, with our possessions, that we're so far away, we've gone so far away from ourselves. Right? Don't you feel that sometimes? Yes. And so that's why it's very essential to come back to that core within myself, so that I can feel in touch with my core values, the values that are so endearing to me, the values that are so intrinsic to me. So it becomes extremely essential. And the silence is not an absence of sound. Sometimes we think that, okay, if I'm silent, if I don't talk anything, maybe I'm saved, right? Sometimes we think that. And there's also this saying that silence is golden, yes? And sometimes we feel that, okay, if I don't talk, maybe I'm saved from a situation, from an argument or something. But then silence is way more than that. Yes, that's the starting point. That's a good start. But then we've got to go way deeper than that. That's what Raja Yoga teaches us. Silence is that space in which we are enriched so much with all kinds of treasures, with the treasure of truth, with the treasure of peace, with the treasure of happiness, everything that's within us. And when we go into silence, it gives us an opportunity to explore that, to give ourselves an opportunity to expand upon those values. We'll get in touch with those values that, sometimes we get a glimpse of those, right? We don't get to live those values all the time sometimes. And so those values will be able to re-emerge. And so that's what silence does to us at the very preliminary stage. And then I was also listening to Chaya's sister, and she so beautifully explained that the three aspects, right? Do you remember what those three aspects are? Does anybody remember? Self? Okay, let me start. Self. Yes, please. Yes, excellent. Thanks. See, remembering also is very important. Self, relationship, and work. So she's also given us the priority. Sometimes we make it ulta, right? Completely. Work becomes our priority, so much so that we neglect not only our family, but also our own self. So self is the priority. And I want to extend now the second aspect of relationship a little bit further, a little bit deeper maybe. And then if I can ask you to take that sheet, you all have the sheet, right? Plain sheet. If you can please take that sheet, and you all have the pen with you? Okay, great. So please draw a circle. Just draw a circle, if you can. And inside that, write that one name with, okay, it could be your family member, it could be your friend, it could be your relative, acquaintance, whoever that is. Just one name. When you're done, please raise your hand so I'll know. Thank you. Did everybody understand? Just one name. Please write that one name, who you're very close to. Done? Can I move on? Everybody in the back, done? Done, okay. And please draw another circle outside of it. And write two names who come next in your close circle. When you're done, again, please raise your hand. Thank you. Done? Two names? So we've got three names and one more circle last, I promise. This is the last one. So please draw the bigger circle around it. And this time 3 names. They could be from your workplace, from your neighborhood, family, acquaintance, whoever it is that you think are number 3, 4, 5 in your life. When you're done, please raise your hand, so I'll know. Thank you. Okay, so who has their family members in the very first circle? Okay, majority. Who has their friends in the very first circle? Friends, okay. Anything else anyone has written in the first circle? Yes, please. Your name. Okay, excellent, yes. Self, okay, good. Self, okay, self. Are you a BK? Okay, BKs are supposed to be silent, I forgot to say that, but thank you, very good. Okay, so self, so we have majority family members in this center circle, and then a few, maybe 3 or 4, self, which is a very good start. Okay, now I want you to write just that one situation or one name or anything, or it could be something that you rely on that makes you feel that it gives you stability in your life. It could be a name, something that, okay, I have this, so I feel kind of stable in my life. It could be a person, it could be a possession of yours, it could be a skill set of yours, it could be anything. Okay? Just write down in one word something that makes you feel that you are in control, that gives you stability. Done? Yes? Thinking? Do you need 1 more minute? Who needs more time? Are we done? Okay. Okay, and now just if I can take you back to that time when you were filling out this registration form and we had a question, what's on your mind? Yes, do you remember? You might have filled that one. Okay, so just bring that point that you have filled out now, okay? Or if you want, you can write that down also, whatever you had written in that form. And if that has changed now, you can write that also. Let's say you had written anxiety when you were filling out that form and now it's something else. So feel free to write that down also, no problem. Okay, so now, see, you think the stability thing, who has possession or roles in that answer? Who has that? It's okay. Every answer is the right answer, don't worry. There's no wrong answer here. Please don't be shy, just put up your hands and let us know. Yes, okay. Okay, good. Who has the skill set? Okay, very nice. Anything else anybody has? Okay, chanting mantra. Okay, good. Anything else anybody has? And others are silent and I'm concerned. Sorry? Affirmation. Okay, nice. Okay, yes, good, yes, skill set. Anything else? Any family members come in there? That's okay also. Do you feel that, okay, I have this family member, so I feel stable, yes? You have? Sorry? I couldn't hear that. Unit. Okay, thanks. Any, yes? A little louder, please. Okay, peace. Okay, the value. See, that's very nice. Value. So you feel that you have peace inside you, or maybe you feel that. That's what gives you stability. Nice, nice. See, values. We have such a spectrum of answers in here. Yes? So you see, we think that we have something that, gives us stability in our life, but still we are vulnerable. Yes or no? Yes? Yeah. So that means there should be something else that we need to hold on to that will give the stability. And so, let alone our BK sister here, but we haven't written God in any of our circles, have we? We haven't. And that's the part that's missing in our lives, you see. And this is what Raj Yoga meditation teaches us here. The first step, as Chayaben, she beautifully explained about self-reflection. And the next step for us is about God, connecting to God. And God is the one who gives us stability. Unless we bring that factor, the supreme energy, into our lives, there's no way we feel, stable. There's no way. We are like those cell phones. We have all those capabilities. Your cell phone could cost 1,00,000, 100,000. But then if you don't have the charger, is it of any use to you? It's not. And so are we. We are just like that. We're a little bit like that, or probably a bit more. And so if we don't charge ourselves, and who is our charger? The Supreme. The Father of all the souls, the Supreme. We need to connect to that Supreme. And there is a method, and that method is taught to us in Raj Yoga meditation. You see? There's a beautiful method wherein you can experience. We've all heard outside about there are so many variants of God, but then you'll meet very few people who have actually met with God and experienced God, yes? And this is the place that enables you to experience God firsthand. And if I'm missing out on that one, then I'm missing out a greater chunk in my life. And this is the magnificent time in the history of mankind we are going through right now, wherein God's virtues, God's power is made available to us. And if we don't make use of this time, we'll never will. And so this is what we need to do very much. When you have someone that's very stable, how much that makes you feel, right? How much stable that makes you feel. Yes, I have someone to hold on to all the time. That's not moving. That's not vulnerable all the time. Yes or no? God is constant. He's the only constant. And we've forgotten Him, let alone forgetting. Okay, we don't even know Him. And then we've made our support everyone else around here. And that's why we've gone astray. And so this is also as much an important aspect in our lives as much as getting to know the self, going inside myself. And so Raj Yoga is an internal journey in which the first step would be I go within myself, I clean out all that clutter and come to that place of stability within myself. And the layers and everything that I have outside are the layers of body consciousness, layers of my role consciousness, all of these things, which are very temporary. This body doesn't go with us tomorrow, does it? It doesn't. And let alone our relatives, position, possession, nothing will. If this doesn't, then nobody will. So this is the first fact that we'll realize. All of us know this, but somewhere we haven't internalized this. And Raj Yoga meditation helps us do exactly this. To know that and to become a veteran at this. And when I go within myself, I clean out all the clutter and then I come to that place of stability within me. And that gives me so much peace. I don't have to rely on, okay, I need to take a break now. I need to go to a resort to be able to feel peace. Or maybe I need to take a vacation, go on top of the mountain to feel peace. No, it's not. Yes, it's great if you can. But then let's face it, come on, how often can you take a break and go up on the mountains, yes? We live in the city amidst hustle bustle, and we need that constant reservoir, constant oasis of peace within us, and that's very much within us, and we've been ignorant of that. See, we cannot be more ignorant than this one. With just a little bit of practice and guidance and training, we all can become experts in this. And this is what every Brahma Kumari center teaches us, free of cost. Free of cost. This is the highest of knowledge that we can get. Forget about our MS, PhDs, everything. Nothing can match this. Nothing at all. We think that we have something. No, nothing. There's nothing greater than this knowledge. If I'm acquiring everything outside, degrees on degrees and roles on roles, I'm earning so much, but then I don't know myself, then of what use am I? So this is the first place to start with. And once I know myself, I'll be introduced to God and the method to connect with God. And that gives you so much joy. I can't really, no words can do justice to it. You'll have to experience yourself to be able to feel that, experience that, and to take that in and to internalize that. And that's what Brahma Kumari centers do for us, especially for people like us who are in the work field, who live with the family, who have all the responsibilities, and yet who are seeking for peace. Does this make sense? And so at first we feel that, okay, I don't really have time to go to any center and then to learn this. No, forget, it's not possible. But no, if I don't take time for myself, nobody else will. Can anybody else do that for us? So you have your family, your loved ones who are reliant, who rely on you, yes? And to be able to take care of them, you need to be strong yourself first. If you're vulnerable yourself, your kids are going to look up to you. You're the role models for them. And if you're vulnerable, if you're not at peace with yourself, then let alone them, you're not able to take care of yourself, then they're going to watch you and they're going to learn through you. And that's not a good example that we are setting. So when I'm empowered, I can take care of my loved ones the way I want. And this doesn't take long. Just an hour a day, any center, you can just go to Google Maps, and these days, okay, we don't even have to type, you just say, Brahma Kumari centers near me, and then it shows a plethora of right results. So you pick up the one that's nearer to you, and then you call up. That's it. It's as simple as that. And it's nobody charges, and sisters are there. They've dedicated their lives for people like us. So much, uplifting. They're doing that task of uplifting the society. Because today, forget about moral. Today's society has turned to amoral. Morality is dead. And we cannot point out to the society and say that they need to change. No, it starts with me, like Mahatma Gandhi said. If you're pointing fingers there, these three are pointing to me. So let me start with myself. Let me take some time for myself, just an hour a day. Yeah? So with this, I really hope that this concept of the theme that from sound to silence is very clear to you. Let's just take a minute of silence and then we can wind up. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Om Shanti. Were you all attentive enough when I told the timetable? What is lined up now? Huh? Huh? Break. No, Arvind Bhai's session is there now. Okay, go ahead. Tea is downstairs, ground floor. You can find the way via lift or via the stairs. What is the time by your watch? Please add 12 minutes to it and be back here. Okay? Good luck. 12 minutes. Very good. Okay. So, brother, please come forward. Brother, over there. Bhaiji, please come forward. Sisters, please come forward. Take your stuff, please come forward. Yes. More. Okay. So now we will have a class by Ambika Didi. So I will like to call upon Ambika Didi. Please, BK Ambika Didi, please come. Didi has been in Gyan from 1976, 46 years. She is a bachelor's in science. Right from her childhood, she was interested in spirituality and social work. Even at the time of studying, she went ahead and took knowledge at Brahma Kumaris. Immediately after her completion of her studies, she surrendered herself to Seva in 1976. In the year 1996, when Dadi Hriday Pushpa, she left her body. Dadi Hriday Pushpa is the Dadi over there. For your information, that Dadi came here in 1955 and she was the one who started services in South India. 1996, Ambika Didi took over services from Hriday Pushpa Dadi and she is the director in charge of VV Puram subzone. VV Puram subzone has got 300 centers. So Didi is extremely experienced. She is also the national chairperson of Spark Wing. What is Spark? Spark stands for Spiritual Application and Research Center. She is the guiding light for Spark. Spark India, Malaysia, Singapore, Spark Wing. And she has given knowledge to numerous souls. In 2021, Asia Vedic University of Literature and Spirituality Service, she was awarded the doctorate degree from them. I request Ambika Didi to guide us. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Can you say Om Shanti? Om Shanti means I am a peaceful being within. That is the meaning of Om Shanti. Today you are all here. Welcome again. And you are here for? Do you expect anything? Yes. The purpose of being here is to know the knowledge and to experience it. Really? See, this is the world of science and technology. We are all moving on from 2G to 3G, 4G, then now we are in 5G. So our speed is increased physically. But however, the science has given the material comforts to human life, and many unknown mysteries have been really told, and we know so many things in the field of health science. But the other side, when you see, man has learned to fly like a bird, die like a fish. He can just communicate from country to country within a fraction of a second. With his power, he has made the whole big globe into a small village. global village where he can travel, he can communicate, he can do so many changes in the countries and in the human lives. But the other part is when we see he can communicate to country, but he can't communicate to himself within. He can't communicate to the people who is next to him. If you see at home, even though they are in different two rooms, they send a message, can you come for lunch? This is what we are away from the hearts. We are away in so many ways, though we have to think, realize and judge. Are we progressing really? This is a question for the whole humanity. Where we are. One side today, just see with your mind what's happening in the whole globe. Globally, when we see the chaos, the fear, the terror, uncertainty, and when we see within the emptiness we find, what this proves, this shows there is some missing gap, the big gap. What's it? What you feel so? What is the reason for such a result of the mankind today? And when we see the results, when we see the globe around, the situations and the global warming, when we see, we feel even the scientists are afraid to think that we are very fast towards the crisis. We are moving very fast towards the crisis. Even though 5G we are moving, the other side, there is something which is not good. So, for all these things, the whole chaos when you see, what do you think? I want the reply from you. What is missing in human life? Even though we have so many degrees, we have everything. Physically, we are more comfortable, especially in Bharat. Not like other countries. 2 days before I was hearing in California, $5 per bottle of water. People are starving. They are killing whomever they get. They just take the money. They don't bother for the others' lives. That's the situation now. But why? I ask why? This is the era of the digitalization. So many things are happening. And we think we are ahead. But where humanity is practically going on, where we are moving on. This is the thing to realize the reality of human lives. So to realize, before that I wish to say that, see, this is the world where we have developed, we are moving physically, mentally I could say just 10% development, socially 5%, economically maybe more, but all the 4 level of development, even though it is there, why such results? The 5th dimension, the spiritual dimension in human life is missing. Nobody are bothered. We think in the developed nations or in the developed lives, we are in the digitalization era, the era of science, but still we don't want to think the reality that spirituality is the part of life, and that is the 5th dimension, basis of all other dimensions, physically, mentally, socially and economically. If we want to grow up, we need the strong foundation of spirituality. Spirituality is not a religion. We have mistaken that we have to come out understanding the truth of reality. The spirituality is nothing but shifting consciousness to reality, shifting my consciousness to the eternal truth of myself so that I can fly. I should be totally beyond all the bondages of my own mind and emotions than the outside bondages. We are bonded within more than the outside things, if you realize truly. So, the spirituality is that the education where we are missing in our education system. Wherever you go, there, at least when we were kids, there was somebody to tell us some moral things, so many things which really connects our lives with so many values, but today that is missing, because of which we see that dryness in life, that emptiness in life. Don't you think so? Don't you think so? So that is the main reason for the failure of our overall development. We are developing, definitely, but there is a big missing gap there. So the spirituality which really teaches us to go beyond the sound, that is the first one, what you saw, the bird. I am ready to fly, but I need the wings to fly. How shall I fly? I am waiting. We are all waiting that we don't want any more inner bondages, emotional bondages or the mental bondages or unwanted bondages or the external influences, so that I can fly. That happens when I realize we are all the spiritual beings within with a human body. We are not just human beings. We are not just human beings, what we see. Some power in the body is speaking, but I am the spiritual light being within the physical body. Human being means two things, not the human and the light being within. So I am the spiritual being originally, and I am born with a spirituality. Nothing to acquire something outside, but I am the spiritual being within. So this is the first step of realization where I can move on with the spirituality so that I can come out of all the sounds within. See, people do go to beach or the forests or the park in search of peace and silence. But do we experience that peace? Do we experience that silence within? Because just mere absence of sound is not silence. But even though in the midst of market, in the midst of big sounds, we have to go beyond that sound to see the silence that is even beyond the inner voice of my own thoughts, because mind is a chatterbox which always goes on speaks to you. Is it? We want to come out sometimes from that sound also, that is beyond the mind. That is the true silence where my flying, my journey begins. That is what is spirituality. The next you will see, to be in that silence, what I need. Some of the thoughts, whatever you are getting, those are the methodology to reach that silence. That is the true spirituality, where I begin to explore, empower, and always come out with a tremendous mental energy in that silence. So there, the silence is gold. We know that but it maintains the secrets. Therefore, the sweetest sound is the sound of silence. See, the silence is that when I really, Chayaben has already told that the inner power, I am the spirit within, and I have mind, intellect, and sanskaras, resolves. So I don't want to go in detail of that because you know. But here one thing, when I am in that silence, that is the eternal silence of my own self, you can really go into the depth of mysteries and the secrets of the whole universe. And the mysterious presence of myself, I can come out with so many hidden values, hidden my own mastery on my own self, the total empowerment. So to know those secrets, to realize those secrets and come out with that experience, definitely I need this eternal silence. So only they say it is a sweet silence. So daily, one thing we need is my request, honest request to you all is, take us some time for inner space to experience the silence. We have some portion within where daily you make a visiting room of every hour, half an hour, whole day, give a pass to your work, your thoughts, and move to that place where that silence is experienced within, that eternity, where I can realize the reality of my own blissful state in silence. We say Sat Chit Ananda Swarup. When I am in the true stage, the innate stage of my own, there is a bliss because I am totally in the state of liberation from my own mind. When I am in the beyond the mind, then naturally that bliss makes me such an empowered feelings do come in that state where the tremendous energy is experienced in that silence and blissful state. So only daily, however you are busy, but definitely you have to take a time to experience this. So make a point that I am the light being within and I need that space again and again. You feel so relaxed. And one thing, when you give time to this, you will experience that the clarity of mind will be so much and the intuitions do come because of that, and the quick decisions, right decisions in a right time is possible when I move in that silence state of my own innate self. That is, my eternal identity should be clear so that I can move on anytime, anywhere, and any 1 minute, half a minute, 10 seconds, half an hour or 1 hour. It is left to you. But make an habit so that this will give you really true happiness. You will feel some achievement in life. This achievement leads you to the external achievement. Your goals and purpose is being met with the kind of experience you have in this. So let us really give time to that silence and move on to my eternal self. This is our traffic control. 2 minutes so that we shall move on. Request to sit straight. Relax. Take a deep breath. Calm your mind. Visualize you are a minute point of light, a spark of light. The eternal self. Radiating light and might. Again and again visualize the spark of light. Cut down the speed of thoughts. Move into the silence. Slowly stop a thought. Visualize the light. The depth of silence. I realize the secret of my own eternal self. I am a metaphysical being, the light being, the spiritual being with a tremendous energy. The silence within is multiplying my energy. I am cool and relaxed. Again, bring a point of light in your mind. Silence leads to the clarity. And to the deep concentration. Slowly you can come down. when you are again and again visiting your own space inside, then definitely you will take a time, some moments for solitude. Solitude is so very much essential in the busy schedule hours of our life. Even though you are at workplace or at home or anywhere, it is not that you have to go alone to some place or a jungle and take a time for solitude. No. Amongst many, you can still experience that solitude. That is अनेकों के बीच में एकांत की अनुभूति. Because I am alone in my journey. Do you believe that? We are all alone in our journey. However you love, people do love. You have to realize this truth of life, that in this journey of our lives, we are alone, because the proof is, people do say that I can give whole of my life to you. They can give anything to you. But when you are at the time of pain, can anybody take your pain for some seconds? Can anybody do anything to you at that time? The truth is, I have to bear everything on my own. Is it the true reality? So I have to come out of so many illusions of life. Sometimes we forget the truth. Externally, we are too busy with our work schedules, with our workplace or family responsibilities, all that. But why solitude is necessary in our lives is, one thing, to realize the reality of life, I already told. And another thing is, some moments to think of my eternity in the sense, my own journey, life after life. We know that. I think you don't deny this, because it is proved. Dr. Pashricha in Nimans, so many thousands of cases she has told about the reincarnation of the soul. That means in our journey, when the living and taking body, we are all alone, and what we are doing, what we have done, only that we accompany. This truth you should never forget. Why we should never forget? Because that aligns our mind, that gives a new direction to our mind, our thinking, our judgments. The truth come out within our consciousness. So we need the solitude. And solitude we need at workplace also, because you need the clarity, you need the quick decisions, you need the clarity to discern the people, to understand the people. You need the solitude, just some seconds to relax, to put out all the, the negative emotions or unwanted emotions outside. You need that solitude. There some seconds, if you are just speaking within, stop your thoughts. Just give fast to everything and you are only a point. That is centralizing the consciousness again and again in solitude. That makes you to come out of the negative influences of the atmosphere and the people around you. And this is proved in our research centers. Why we need to centralize our consciousness again and again and take a time for solitude. Just give a pause for some seconds and you relax. There, again you are with the same enthusiasm, same energy, and the multiply energy to do the more work and do it with the more clarity and productive and creativity that comes in solitude. So we need that. So solitude makes me to go into silence in such a way that new things do come, innovations comes out of that. Why? For the research or the, so many things, so many creative ideas or innovations, people do go to the solitude because they doesn't want the distractions. But here in Raj Yoga meditation, wherever you are, you can find time for solitude. Just you are a master, you can put a pause to all of your thoughts and emotions. There you are very clear. So the next means however busy, I request that you should take a time. Another thing, that to go into that depth of silence, you should be a master. Why master? You may ask that now I am a master or not. See, whatever the distractions or the pains or the worries daily, whatever we do, get angry sometimes. So many things happen in life, Do you feel that your thoughts are in your control? Your emotions are in your control? No. Then what is in your control? Huh? You doesn't want to get worried. It is in your control. Anything happens at home, you can be total relaxed. I am a master. Do you feel so? No. But why? See, we are all born like a kings. But now why in chains? Did you think any time? A child, you see, no influences, happy, completely free from everything. But why not we? Why not we? Any answer? Responsibility. The responsibility still, it has to make you powerful and free. Because to be responsible, inside we have to be completely free to do the responsibility in a right way and in a right time. So that comes when there is a trusteeship, nimit bhav. Nothing is in our hands, that you believe? Nothing is in our hands, but we are doing. Doing is little bit in our hands, but not everything. Sometimes you say, I wish, but I couldn't do it. I want, but it's not happening. So many things we do say. But that mastery comes when the spirituality, we have a strong foundation of the spirituality, that I'm truly a master, actually born master, born king, because I'm the metaphysical entity with a tremendous energy ruling the nature. The body is also made up of 5 elements, and the 5 elements, our influence of thoughts and emotion is 100% on nature. This is a proved fact. Whatever you think, you can create. This is when you understand these things. What am I? What are my powers? What are my values and what are my limits within? Truly, when that clear picture of your own self when you get, then definitely you experience, you will realize, I am the master I am no more a slave to my own mind or the judgment's intellect or my own sanskara. See, some of the negative habits, whatever we have done, that again and again doing a form, that forms a habit. Then without knowing subconsciously it will come out, then we say, sorry, I didn't think but I have done it. So these are the excuses we give because we have forgotten the eternal self, I am the master within. Physical body is a mortal body, but I am immortal, imperishable, the powerful point of light. That when I realize my powers, then there you are empowered, you are master. Of course, I do agree with you that you have a responsibility, but when the responsibility is given to the Supreme Being, the Supreme Consciousness, when you do it as a trustee, that is what we practice in Raj Yoga. See, our chief Dadi Prakash Mani Dadi Janki ji, lastly, they were there, 147 countries and 9,000 branches they were handling. And daily they were like small kids, happy, enjoying, so peaceful and moving around with meeting people. And when people used to ask, having such a big responsibility, how can you be always relaxed, happy and laughing, smiling? She used to say, I am not doing anything. Literally, she said, practically, I am not doing anything. And the power who is doing through me, that he is doing. That is the way that in life, however, whatever big responsibilities, you can do it completely in a relaxed state. That comes, being a master means mind should be yours, emotions should be yours, intellect, your judgment should be yours, and your habits and the sanskaras should be in your hand. So that is possible, that is really possible. That is me, actually. That is realized here in Raj Yoga meditation. For that realization, to become a master, you need not renounce all your responsibilities or home or your work. Nothing. You have to be what you are. That is spirituality. The true self. Shifting consciousness to the true eternal self. There we can be a masters. Then naturally the worries, the other emotions, the whole negativity, the load what we feel sometimes, all these things will vanish when you are in that stage. Because very closely I have seen our heads, the chiefs, very closely. Whatever they were doing, however they were with the people, they were with the many situations. They were handling many kinds of problems, but still always smiling, and their meditation was such, their presence was such, by just having drishti, the others' problems were solved. That is the power of spirituality. And it is practical. And the next is that how I can be a master, then being a master, what are my responsibilities when I move on in the group or in the family or in the work field? That is what, to experience the silence whenever I want, wherever I want, how much ever time I want, I need to accept the things, whatever comes in my way, whether it is a people, like ocean, whatever type of water do come inside, it accepts. It doesn't say, you are a pure water, you come inside, you are dirty, you just go, get out. It don't do. Ocean is such where it takes everything inside, and with the waves it will just put it out all the dirts. So same way, here in silence, in the meditation, when we go beyond the sound, beyond the mind, we realize that each one's part is unique. As Shakespeare told that we are all actors, the world is a drama. Practically it is a drama. We know that the truth, the ultimate truth of life is death. All have to go one day. We all have come here to play our role. Each one's role is different. Each one's features are different. Each one's sanskaras are different. We are all playing our role, but I am not the role. Here the confusion is, we put on the mask of our role. See, you are a boss, you are a director or whatever you are. When we come in the work field, we wear that mask and come. Then when we are influenced by people, whether they are subordinates, what their doings and their emotions and their sayings, all that. Because I am this, they are this. But even though you are whatever position you may be, but your heart should be like an ocean to embrace and to accept each one with their good qualities, with their goodness, with their good doings, because everyone has the weaknesses, everyone has the goodness also. Qualities and demerits are there in everybody. Why to take demerits? Take the merits, take the good qualities, the powers, their specialities, their capabilities we should understand and accept and use that for the development, for the production. That is how we get these powers, the specialities in silence. So accepting the papers, whatever we get, the situations what we get, everything is for good. Here the Supreme Father says, children, जो कुछ हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, जो कल होगा और अच्छा होगा, बाद में जो होगा और अच्छा होगा. He says everything is for good. If you see, according to the karma philosophy, whatever, see, if we have thrown a ball, whichever force you have thrown, in the same force it comes back. It is all the karma philosophy, that is Newton's third law, where every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So whatever kind, that doesn't mean that you just live on karma. I don't say that. But to keep my, the stability, the silence within, I have to understand and accept the law of karma, so that it is easy for you to come back to that stage. I think it is clear for you. This is how, that I need to accept people, the papers, that is the situation or the problems or the nature, whatever may be, the body also the nature, and then move on with happiness and adjust with the powers of silence. The next is, here appreciation of others. Whatever others do, my time is going, so I will just wind up. Whatever others are doing, appreciate them, just pat them. That gives them a power, that gives them the enthusiasm to do further, to go ahead further. Don't discourage, we should not discourage anybody. Our dadis, our elders, whatever, sometimes when we came very early days, we were not knowing much. We used to do mistakes. They used to so lovefully, they used to say, कोई बात नहीं, ये नहीं, ऐसे करते जाओ, आगे जाओ. You go ahead, you can do, you will do it. That's how, they appreciated and they gave us so much support and the love, so that we went ahead. We learned so many things. We learned all new things, and we were towards whatever they said in the direction of success. It was practical. And another thing is, appreciating, and then the main quality when we come in relationship is to forgive, to forget. Anything unwanted and we don't like, whatever the people do, their mistakes or whatever it may be, God says you have to be merciful to forgive. We always ask God, oh God, show mercy on me. Because He is the one who really excuse for all our mistakes. So in the same way, we all have to really forgive. Forgiveness is the greatest quality to forget. Unless you forget things, whatever is happening, you can't move into the deep silence. You want your mind completely clear to go in the direction of silence, beyond the sound, and we have to be there. So that is the main thing, forgive to forget. And another thing is, the main thing, the loving relationship. At home or with the colleagues or wherever, small things do come in the way, but still, always to be loveful, that should be selfless. Unconditioned love, the selfless love, it will be forever. If we have any selfish motives, limited things, then that is not being fulfilled, then we cut off the relationship. We have an eternal relationship with everybody, with the whole world, not just one family. The world as a family around. Then naturally your love become unlimited, and you will understand. Love is such a power. You will understand each one as they are when you have selfless love. At home also, why clashes? Why things go in a wrong way? Because one thing, the selfish motive at the behind the love, the conditions behind the love, that makes us small. The heart becomes very small. Then even small things becomes a big mountain. There starts the clash, So to end those things, then naturally, really, we have to understand each one with a selfless love, and your life move up and down. Life will be so easy, you can move on, and you will be always, whenever you want, you are there with that stability, that stillness, and the happy moments, because you have love inside on everybody. The next is, the most powerful thing in life is to doing the elevated positive actions and pure actions. Action is the foremost powerful thing in life because it is the field of action. This is karma kshetra, where each second we see, we hear, we speak, we walk around, all these things, we are in action. And each action has a result. So that result, if it is positive and pure with good intentions, then naturally it will multiply your power. If it is wrong, negative, that will have a leakage of my powers, my eternal powers. The proof is that science has proved, see, for action one is one only. For the thought, whichever the thought comes out of the mind, that will go and hit the corner of the world and comes back with a double effect. See, thought is a seed of action. If your thought is elevated, pure and powerful, your actions will be more powerful, so that you will go on multiply your powers, the mental powers within. Your capacity is multiplied. Your specialities are multiplied. This is the way to grow. You can grow so big with elevated action. Never to do wrong. See, if anybody tell lie also, small thing also, it will, bite inside. I have told lie. You get angry on your own children also, you will feel, I wouldn't have told with anger. I wouldn't have done this. That doesn't make you to experience silence. It will not let you be in peace. So only we need to do right, good, pure, elevated actions. That is a must. Next is that our life is what our thoughts are, emotions are. That you know it. No need for me to explain. So we have to be careful of our thoughts. Again and again to conquer your mind, to master your mind, you put a fast, come back to a point. So we shall practice for some moments. Please sit straight. I am a point. I am peaceful. I am moving beyond the sound of my thoughts, beyond the cosmos, the space, beyond the silence. Stop your thoughts. Feel that silence. Deep silence. Complete silence. Shanti. Now to multiply the power of silence and many other mental powers, our brother psychiatrist Ram Jembai will continue with the Supreme Consciousness. From this consciousness, how we can raise to Supreme Consciousness.
Thank you, Didi. Thanks a lot. One round of applause. Okay. Is anyone 22 years old? Okay. So when I was 22 years old, I was attending various meetings in my office. One day, one boss of mine, he said, Shashank, don't you think you should be writing something? I was like, I know everything. If we don't write anything, we'll not remember anything after this. Do you agree? We'll hear 20 points, we write 5, we throw that paper, hardly 1 or 2 will remain. If we don't write anything, nothing will remain. Agree? Those who disagree can raise their hands. Okay, next we have Supreme Consciousness by Dr. Ram Jayam. Dr. Ram Jayam is a medical graduate from Madras Medical College. After his graduation, he has worked for a short span at the prestigious PGI Chandigarh before he obtained his doctorate in yoga and psychiatry from S. Vyasa University in collaboration with National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Nimhans, Bangalore. Being a medical practitioner for past 18 years, he is very passionate about combining the best of East and West in patient care. He has worked extensively on psychiatry patients with yoga intervention. His area of research is yoga and mental health, consciousness, positive psychology, and psychiatry. He has more than 20 publications in peer-reviewed high-impact international. Currently, he is working as a permanent research faculty scientist at the Center for Consciousness Studies, Department of Neurophysiology, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, Nimhans, Bangalore. I welcome Brother Dr. Ram Jayam Bhai.
Namaste, good afternoon, Om Shanti. You can come out of silence and reply. Only from here it's coming, that side? Back side? Thank you. So let's just break the silence for a minute. We are just going to do a small activity. After that, we'll start the session. So the activity is very simple. So what's the meaning of that activity? We will just reflect upon. You just have to make pairs. Those who are sitting just by the side of you. So person one can just make fist of any of the hands like this. The second person have to try opening that hand. My instructions, is it clear? You have to just pair among yourself. Person one, just make fist of your hand. Person two, you have to open the hand. You can start. My instructions, is it clear? Those who have done this activity, just remain quiet. Others you can do. I want everyone to do. Just listen to my instructions. Person one have to make fist of the hand like this. Person two have to open the hand. So this is the instruction. Just follow the instruction and you can carry on. The second person have to open the hand. Just you should not hold like this. The other person is sitting silent there. Pair among yourself. One person have to make the hand like this fist. The other person have to open it. Whether my instruction was clear? Yes or no? Yes, just carry on. Okay, now you shift. Person two, you just have to make fist of your hand like this. Person one, you have to open the hand. No, the neighbor. Okay, hope all of you have done it. This is first person hand. So this is one scenario. How many of you are doing like this? So this is second scenario. How many of you have followed the second scenario? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, great. I think then I need not take the session. Okay. So my instruction was just simple. One person have to close the hand and other person have to open. I have not given any instruction like you should make the fist very tight so that the other person should not open it. Did I give any instruction like that? No. But still all of us, majority of us at least, were doing that. Where from we learned this thing? I didn't teach you, of course. Where from we learned this? Oh. Okay. So this challenging or competitive attitude, where from you got it? Okay. So we are not going into those details. So the idea is, we have been programmed with so many different kinds of stuffs. Many a times from the parents, from the school, from the society, from religion, culture, so many stuffs, okay? So only one prerequisite I need for this session, and that prerequisite is, let's just put aside all those programmings outside and then just be open. Is it possible? I am just going to give you some ideas only, okay? It might just seem like a hypothesis, but still I just want you to keep open, only then you can experiment. What I'm going to discuss, it could be an experience for me or somebody else who have been practicing meditation. But for you, it could be just purely a concept. It might look very hypothetical, but unless you are open, there is no point in just listening because you will never experiment that. Only after that comes experience, okay? So this is the only prerequisite I need. So morning they have given you 3 conditions. What are the 3 conditions? 3 M's, right? Close it. Just keep it silent. I just want to add one O before the first M, that is the mind. What is that O? Open your mind and then keep silent. Okay? Is that possible? Yes, okay. So I am going to just talk about Supreme Consciousness. So the moment when you hear this word Supreme Consciousness, many of the times you start thinking so many different stuff. And in fact, this is the challenge itself. That's why I've given you the condition. Let all those things come, but if you want to ask anything, no, it's not like that. You are talking in a different way. Note down, we can discuss later. Okay, but I just want you to listen. So let me give a context to what I'm talking about in the name of Supreme Consciousness. Say for example, if someone asks me, who am I? I'll just say I'm a doctor. What is doubt in this? So if I just go back, let's say for example, 2007 I passed out from the medical college. So in 2006, this answer doesn't hold true for that. But still I was there. Was I there? Yes, for sure. So then I was existing, but I was not a doctor. So I need to reframe the answer again now. So maybe I may say like, I was a student of some so-and-so school. So again, if I go back, let's say for example, at 4 years of age, I joined my school at 5 years of age. Again, I need to reframe the answer. So I might say for example, I am Ramabai. So if I go back again, let's say at 1 month of age, I was a boy, of course, but definitely not Rama. I didn't get the name. Can you still go back? Yes, of course. Say for example, around 3 weeks or 2 weeks of pregnancy or gestation, I was not even a boy, but I was there. Do you agree? Yes, I was there. Who was that me? It is definitely not doctor. It is definitely not Rama. That is definitely not Bai or somebody from Bangalore. But still I was there. And I call that as consciousness, a life energy. That life energy, when it enters that stuff, which you want to call it as fetus or a baby or a body, whatever it is, then life comes into the body. That life energy is what I'm talking about. But what I have been discussing till now, it's about my life energy. It's me. So when I say me, there is a difference between me, the consciousness, and the Supreme Consciousness. I am just influenced by the push and pull of each and every day's life. So if you listen very attentively, maybe I'll feel very happy. But if you just sit like an idol, maybe I'll start to think, I'll get frustrated. So this is how I am as a human being. Okay. So this is me, the consciousness which I have explained till now. But what I'm talking about as Supreme Consciousness is something, the being, which is untouched by afflictions, actions, and its consequences. Just like me standing here, you sitting there, and all of us, we all are individual beings. I'm talking about the being which was there even before the body existed. That is why I have explained in detail about the first few minutes. Okay. So just like all of us are individual beings, separate beings, there is one more being, individual being, which is completely untouched by all that we are going through. The pain, the pleasures, happiness, sad moments, all these kinds of stuff. And this is what I'm calling as Supreme Consciousness. Whatever the name you want to give, I don't bother. Okay, so this is the context with which I would expect you to listen what I'm going to talk. Is that clear what I'm going to talk about? Okay. The moment when I start to talk about consciousness, supreme, this, that, automatically the question comes. Are we talking about religion? Are we talking about science? I'm not talking about either religion or science. This polarity, this division of religion, science, or science and spirituality, it dates back to 1500s. Especially it is a polarization which was brought by Western people. In 1500s, between 1543 to 1565, the Roman Catholic churches, the council, they convened a lot of meetings, around 25 meetings, and at the end of all those meetings, finally they came to a conclusion, because that was the time when science was developing as a separate individual culture. Before that, there was no such organized culture called as science. So by looking at those things, because the entire administration, the entire control was in the hands of the people who are in church. So they passed an order like, anything that you talk about spirit, anything that you talk about consciousness, it's all in our area. Don't cross the boundary. If you cross, we will get our hands on you. We will kill you. And in fact, it has happened. Example, say, Galileo and his telescope. So I'm not talking about history, I'm talking about something which has really happened. So this is how this polarization has happened. But actually speaking, what we are discussing today is just an empirical science which can be repeatable, which just like me, who have got an experience, you too can get an experience. Anybody can experience that. If something which is repeatable, which is something scientific, which is something empirical, if you want to call it as science, you can call, or if you want to call it as something else, you can call. But what I am talking about is something which all of us go through each and every day, day in and out. An experiential science or spirituality, whatever you want to call. So to illustrate this point, what is that which I am talking as supreme consciousness in terms of experience or in terms of effect? What is that exactly? So this was the question which was posed in front of Gandhiji just before his assassination. A reporter from Times of India was sent by the editor to ask just one single question. And the question was, I had put it there, how could you win the war just empty-handed? How was that possible for you to drive away these British forces? Because you had no position, you had no money, you had no weapons, but still you were able to do that. Can we just reflect on this question? That was not possible even for the US, not possible for any other Western European countries, but he was able to do that. And his reply was just quite simple and astonishing. And the reply was, it's all about being human. What does it mean? I was just sitting there inside, and Shashank Bhai was organizing. He was just continuously standing there because there was no chair. As we were sitting, automatically the thought comes, why don't you just take a chair and then sit? We are sitting and you are just standing continuously for a long time. And this is what he replied. After all of us are just human beings. What does it mean? I know you are just trying to occupy our country, but I also know that basically you are also a human being. What are the pain, what are the pleasures we are going through? You also have a corner inside which you can experience. The moment when you start to experience that pain which we are going through, you cannot actually show your superiority on anybody. This is an universal truth, and Gandhiji has proven this. Not only Gandhiji, many people who have followed him have proven across cultures, across religions, and across countries. There is no more proof needed to exactly explain those stuff. So what made Gandhiji and what was the weapon which he had to just win the war against the British people who had a very mighty army? It is all about going into some sort of experience where you can connect with something beyond what we are thinking who we are. People in science, they call it as non-local experience. What does it mean? I am here, but still being here, I can connect with anybody and everybody in any part of the world. Say for example, sun. Sun is at just one place, but the rays, the heat, the light of the sun, anybody in the world across the globe can experience. So in the same way, when you just go get into the core aspect of your own self, there is something which is very vast, expansive, infinite, which we call as consciousness, Atman, psyche, soul, whatever the name you want. When you are able to stabilize in that energy, that infinite, vast, expanse energy, pure energy, you automatically get connected to the universe beyond. And that energy which is beyond us is what I'm calling as supreme consciousness. Next. So there are lots of people who have experienced this, not just Gandhiji. You take any religion, I'm not talking about any dogmas or any kind of rituals which people in religion are practicing. I am talking about the core experiential aspect of religion with which religion was able to stand even today. So what was that experience? And that experience is nothing but getting into the core aspect of oneself and hence connecting with something beyond. And that is the experience which has pulled people, not what they have spoken, not what kind of facilities they have made for people. So whether it is Buddha, whether it is Jesus Christ, whether it is Guru Nanak or Muhammad, whoever it is, all of them have got that experience, and that experience is more than sufficient to connect with people and bring the change, transformation that you are envisioning inside. And in fact, the founder father of this institution is also an example for that. Just imagine, this is one of the biggest organizations in the world which is entirely run by women administrators. Even today, we are just struggling, we are just brainstorming what does it mean when somebody says as women empowerment. And he has thought about in 1930s, 80 years ago, and he has made it something real today which we are seeing. Across the globe, in all the countries, wherever you go, you definitely find a center. And entirely run by women administrators. So this is the power of that experience, connecting oneself with that supreme consciousness with which you can make anything real, not only in your personal life, even in the society at a large level. Next slide. So what is the logic? How can we connect with that something which even I do not know what it is basically? So it is always better to start from where you are rather than where you want to go. Because you have never seen where you want to go. It's just an idea, it's just a concept. But definitely you are somebody who is real for you at least, if not for somebody else. So where to start? So if you just want to see the parallels, whatever I have been talking till now, there's an exact parallel between you, the being, and also the body within which you are, and the universe outside. And exact parallels, which is what I have shown there. So when we say human being, the words, they clarify what I'm going to talk about. We are just two stuff. One is the being, the energy inside, and what is visible outside, the body, which is called as human. So there is a stuff which is made up of something physical, made up of 5 elements, and inside that there is something which is completely non-physical, but that can do a lot of magic. The silent thing which is there inside can do any kind of wonders that you want to do. So we are made of two stuff. Whatever you think, whatever you feel, whatever you experience, everything happens inside that light which is shown there. It is just for representational purpose. I have shown as a light, but it's an energy. Just for you to hold on to, we say that it's a light, a divine light. But it's up to you to make any kind of form which you like. So that is the energy, and that energy is the one where from the thought, the feelings, whatever you have comes. And anything that you think, you feel, it always creates a vibration. It's just like you light an agarbatti and immediately you see the fumes surrounding. In the same way, anything you think, anything you feel, whatever you experience inside, it always comes with a set of vibrations, and which is what is shown here. So this light and also this vibration put together is something which is non-physical, completely invisible, but they are much, much more powerful than what you see. The second aspect is this physical thing. So the parallel between we ourselves as an universe, micro universe, and the world outside is exactly the same. So you have this non-physical being, and compared to that non-physical being, here we have something called as the sixth element. Again, the sixth element is not something like philosophical, though you might see in any kind of scriptures, any religion. It is not philosophical. It is even in science you can see that today. Whether you understand that or not, I may not be able to evaluate that, but there is something called as Higgs bosons. So what is the meaning of that Higgs bosons? They call it as a particle which do not have any kind of energy, but it is from that energy all the matters that we see today, the physical world, originates. It can give rise to something, a physical matter which moves in the form of energy or in the form of matter, whatever it is. So you can see an exact parallel between we as a being which is non-physical and the physical body which is something completely physical. In the same way, there is something which is non-physical and then you have something which is visible, entirely physical. Okay. So if you are able to understand this logic, it becomes very simple and then easy for us to connect with something which is invisible, but still you can get a quite concrete experience. Next slide, please. Yeah. So just another 2 slides. After that, I'm going to wind up here. So how does that look? Again, this is not to tell you like you see this and then you try to imagine, visualize. But this is how you can just hold on to whenever I say something called a supreme consciousness, for you to do some sort of practice at the beginning. But as you practice, the vision inside and also the reality which is existing as it approximates, and in that approximation at one point in the time, as you are consistent in your practice, you get into the experience of that non-local experience, what I have been telling, with whether it is Buddha, whether it is Christ, or whether it is Brahma, whoever it is. Okay. So this is just an example for you to show how it looks like, that sixth element, or the world where there is complete silence. Yes, next slide, please. The video, next video. You have to play the video separately. So again, this is not just only philosophical, which you can see in literatures or in scriptures, but even science has explored a lot about this stuff, something called as near-death experience. So the video is about that. Can you just start from 3 minutes?
Experiences used to be the collecting of stories and anecdotes from people many dismissed as attention seekers. A best-selling book, Life is a More Objective Way.
Yeah.
One of Moody's former students recognized the need to study such cases in a more objective way. Today, the psychiatrist Professor Bruce Grayson is one of the most eminent experts in the field.
At the time we started studying these phenomena, there really was no general consensus about what near-death experiences were. Nobody had heard about them. Certainly the public didn't know anything about near-death experiences, and most scientists, most doctors, had never heard of them either. It was important that researchers know that they were studying the same thing other researchers were in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. So we had to have some consistent criterion for deciding whether this was or was not a near-death experience. And so we developed the NDE scale, the near-death experience scale, to determine whether we were studying the same thing in fact.
So you can just pass it here.
The
So he is Bruce Grayson, one of the leading experts in near-death experience, done a lot of studies. So across cultures, across religion, what people have got as an experience through this NDE, it's all about, which is shown there in that slide, in that video. Irrespective of religion, most of the people, they have gone through this experience of some kind of light, some kind of unconditional love, some sort of peace where they feel so secure. And this is what actually we are describing as something called as the supreme consciousness, where that actual experience resides, which is what I've shown in the previous video, how it looks like. So people have gone through these near-death experiences and their report exactly looks like in the video what I've shown in the previous slide. Okay, so This is a gist about what is Supreme Consciousness and how it looks like, and are there anything called as a scientific backup for all these kinds of stuff. So how to practice that? It's all about meditation. Just because of shortage of time, I'm just stopping it here. It's all about connecting yourself with that Supreme. And how we can do that? There are just only 2 techniques which I mentioned there. Just understand that you are an instrument. You can use anything in this world, but you cannot take ownership of anything in this world, because the owner is somebody else. This is one thing which you can practice right away. The other thing is, try to have some kind of meaningful connection with that Supreme Consciousness. What do I mean as meaningful connection? I'm talking to you. Do you just sit in stillness and then close your eyes and then think what you need to talk to me and then you talk? No. You just casually talk. So in the same way, if you understand who is that, what is that Supreme Consciousness, you can actually converse with that energy also in a very casual way. That is what I mean as meaningful connection. It just needs some sort of relation. You can take any kind of relation with him. It can be a mother, it can be a father, it can be anything. If you just have some kind of relation, then it becomes very casual. So these are the only 2 practices I would suggest you to right away start doing that, so that you can connect with that Supreme. Thank you.
So, whenever we go to the doctor, he will write a prescription and he will tell, ये बाहर वाले मेडिकल स्टोर में दवा मिल जाएगी. You will get it in the outside medical store. Where will I get the medicine which you prescribe?
So again I repeat.
And what is a prescription?
Yeah. I repeat. Can you just go to the slides, please? The mother and baby. Yeah. So the prescription, it's again 2. It looks very simple, but it's very, very powerful, because it's something to do with your emotions. Slides, can you just? Mother and baby. Yeah. So first prescription is, can you repeat? Meaningful connection. What do I mean as meaningful connection? What do I mean as meaningful connection? It's not just sitting in silence and then closing your eyes and then meditating. Yes, of course, that is essential for you to start with. But along with that, as you do your activities throughout the day, whether it is at office, whether it is at your home, can you have a running commentary inside? And who is the person with whom you are going to have a conversation? Some energy which is beyond me. You need not name it, you need not have a form for it, but based on whatever I have discussed, by now you should have a conviction there is something beyond, with which so many religions got established, and still they are remaining because there is something behind that. So many people have adopted those kinds of principles and brought a lot of changes in the world. So you should have a conviction right now, there is something beyond. I just want to have a conviction that there is something beyond. You need not have a name, you need not have a form, structure for that. Okay? So assume that it is there and you are talking to that energy. So this is the first prescription. If you want, you can just add a relation to that. That energy is my mother, that energy is my father, whatever the relation you want. Okay? What is the first prescription? Meaningful connection. What is the meaning there? There should be a relation and it should be casual, not something very formal. Okay? Second prescription is, do whatever you want. Whether it is at home, whether it is at office, wherever it is, do whatever you want. But do not take ownership of anything in this world, because nothing belongs to you. You took everything from here. Can we do this? We call this as instrumental consciousness. In Hindi we call it as Nimitt Bhav. So when you take this attitude, by default you are connected with that supreme energy, supreme consciousness. So these are the 2 prescriptions. Can we repeat the 2 prescriptions? Number 1. Number 2. Instrumental awareness or instrumental consciousness. Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you want you can read, but if you do not practice, there is no point in just reading.
Thanks a lot, Bhaiji. We'll move on to the next session. That is by Arvind Bhai. Arvind Bhai is a master's in electronics and communications and EGMP from IMB. He worked at Aeronautical Development Agency ADA as scientist E. Then he worked at Robert Bosch as principal consultant. Currently he runs a startup in the field of electromagnetic compatibility. He works as a consultant and trainer in his domain for various OEMs. He has published many papers in international conferences, journals, initiated two Brahma Kumaris in 1990. How many years since then? 42? 21? 32? Everybody agrees? Okay. Initiated two Brahma Kumaris in 1990. In his college, has served cancer patients, teaching them Raj Yoga for more than a decade. His area of interest is experimenting with Raj Yoga. Over to Arvind Bhai.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Shashank Bhai. So before I proceed, he has been introducing all the speakers. So let me introduce Shashank Bhai. He is a graduate from Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, IIT Kanpur. He did his BTech. Then he is working as a senior manager in Altair. He has been responsible for developing softwares for products. He is married and has a kid, 12 years old. He is very enthusiastic about doing service, and you have been seeing him running around and coordinating minute by minute. So I have approximately 10 minutes. Before you go through that, whatever handout is there, I will just give you a few tips for experiencing silence. I'll start with a small experience of mine. This happened, I think, nearly 2 decades back when the mobile was just there and we had 2G phones. So at that time, we had a very big program near MG Road. There is a big ground there, parade ground, and we had a big program, Brahma Kumari's program there in the parade ground. And many of us volunteers were working hard for that program because program was in MG Road, and then food was arranged in Jayanagar for about 25,000 people, and then the staying was arranged at some other place. So we had to arrange some 100 buses and 200 taxis and so on. So we did not sleep for nearly 2 days that time. And during that program, we were in the ground and we are coordinating vehicles and all. But suddenly, what happened is we are new to mobile phones, and all our mobile phones switched off because the batteries were down, and we didn't have battery chargers in our cars those days. But one strange thing happened. Till that moment, we were too busy and our minds were racing. And once my mobile went off, do you know what happened? Yes. So that racing mind totally stopped and I was in bliss. So this was the first thing I learned that time onwards. Either you switch off your phones 2 hours before you sleep and experience the same bliss, or you keep your mobiles on, keep browsing, and you will not be in bliss. So this tip is one tip I would like to give you. If you want to be in silence, you want to experience silence, then your electronics should be off as much time as possible. Okay. Then few tips for experiencing this silence. It is given in your hand out. And before going through that, I will explain few things because we may not have time to, you may not have time to go through that and answer that. You can do it later on also. First thing while experiencing, or rather second thing, first thing I already told you. Second thing for experiencing silence is stillness. Suppose you are in a airport or you are in a bus stand, railway station. Your mind will be racing around seeing so many things and you will be thinking about whatever you see, right? Suppose you want to experience silence in the midst of busyness, what you would do? You are in a railway station, let us say, or you are in an airport waiting for the flight. Maybe if you have a book, you can go through the book, but other than that, what else you can do? Or you are waiting in a doctor's shop outside and you want to stabilize your mind, what you would do? Yeah, who told? Yeah, that is a good point. You can close your eyes and start meditating. But here in Brahma Kumaris, if you are not new, you would know. If you are new, you would not know that we keep our eyes open and meditate. However, what I am going to tell you now is, suppose you are in a busy place in the midst of people, then you stabilize your eyes to any point or anywhere. Do not move your eyes too much. And what will happen? Your mind will follow. You can try this and see. Once your eyes is stable at one point or one place, then your mind also follows it. The converse is also true. If your mind is stable, then your eyes will be also stable. Both are true. That is why if you see a yogi, you can make out whether he is a yogi or not just by seeing at his eyes. Because whenever he is sitting quietly, his eyes will be stable. Not seeing here, there, what is happening, who is doing what. That is the sign of a yogi. So either you keep your mind quiet, if you don't know how to keep it quiet, you keep your eyes stable. So second step is stillness. First step was keep your electronics away. Second step is stillness. Stillness of body, stillness of eyes. If you want to experience silence, it should be still whenever possible. That means you want to experience silence but not able to do. Then check your body posture, whether it is still. That is why Chaya Ben and Didi and all told you to keep still, keep upright. And the next step would be quietness of mind. So this follows. I already explained this. When your body is still, your mind becomes quiet. So that is the third step. And then you experience the silence. So I have hardly 2 more minutes. So what you can do is, you can go through this whatever handout that has been given to you, either now or later on or after lunch, or anyway you can carry with you, or in the night when you are free, you can go through that and try to answer the 2 questions on the back side. First you have to read that 1-page handout on silence. And then here the importance of silence is given. What is silence? In Hindi we say Shanti ki Shakti. So power of silence is nothing but Shanti ki Shakti. What is the importance of this power of silence is given in the handout, and you can go through that. And then what you need to do is you need to answer those questions, trying to ponder on what has been given. So you can later on do that. And then I think there is a question answer session now. Shashank Bhai, before you show the clock, probably I can conclude here itself. Okay. He's now ready for the next session. You have the last session of the day, which will be a question answer session. Shashank Bhai would give you the instructions.
Thanks a lot, Arvind Bhai. Our sincere request is please fill that handout for yourself. Okay. We'll have a question answer session now. And the regular BK students, please give it a pass. Okay. The first timers who have come here for the first time to Brahma Kumari's center, or the brothers and sisters who have just visited a Brahma Kumari's center once or twice, please ask a question, short question. We'll have only 10 minutes. Ambika Didi will answer the question. Okay. Can I invite Didi? Please come, Didi. Okay. Who wants to ask a question? Yes.
Om Shanti. As we discussed about being an instrumental, nimitta bhava, whatever we are doing. So sometime, like in my personal experience, I feel like the person needs actually help for their well-being, but they are not ready to take. So what is the actual duty over there? It becomes like, because when we offer any help, but they are not ready to take. So is it like from our personal attachment it comes, or we should feel like a trustee and we unconditionally we should give it?
You have an answer. Unconditionally, as a trustee, when you do it, then you are not, you are not bonded with that account. That is, see why the consciousness of instrumental feeling should be there, that nimitta bhav, and unconditionally whatever you have to do, that should be the must point, I can say, because whatever you are doing, one thing you are doing, you are giving, you are giving the support, even maybe financially or whatever kind may be. But really, when you see, whatever is being given is not ours. We have not brought anything, neither we take anything. Do you agree? So whatever you are giving, it is your fortune to make and multiply your powers for future. And as we know that soul is an eternal point of light, we are a metaphysical point. Our journey is ahead. So whatever good things we do, we wish that we have to take that. Do you wish? Whatever you have done, naturally we take it, good or bad. But fully if you want to take, and it should not be nullified here, we have to do it with instrumental consciousness, unconditionally. So that becomes dhan and punya, two things. One is giving, and that giving should be your, you should be a philanthropist. So that happens when you are with the instrumental consciousness, and unconditionally whatever you do, it should be. See, God gives us unconditionally. Do you feel any time He measures who is giving? Whether the nature is giving, whether some support, consciously or unconsciously, we are supported with so many things in life. But that comes naturally, na? Without any measurements. So same way we have to give without measuring, without any intentions, selflessly. Is it clear? Yes, yes, please. You can ask. Is it clear? Okay. Any question?
See, I mean, as a father and my wife, we would like to associate with our children and give our love and affection in, let it be business-wise or day-to-day issues or whatever it is. But the younger generation, they have a different kind of attitude. They are not able to measure our willingness to accept them or something. Trying to patch up, but it's not happening. So they want to diffuse, but we don't want to diffuse actually. How could we contribute to see that love and affection is observed by them and all of us can live in peace and harmony? I mean, I'm not trying to dominate or anything. But their path has been, it is a very dangerous situation. They are going to suffer the coming days, which I can perceive and see what is going to happen to them. So I am going a little bit beyond and trying to bring about. I'm totally confused. I don't know what to do. Should I just allow them to go ahead and be ourselves selfish and say, anyway, it's your life, you take it, it's my life, I take it? I'm sorry, I'm confused.
No. Here, two things. One thing is,
Didi.
yes.
When was the last time you saw an elderly person telling in front of 100 people that he is confused? That requires courage, right? What's your name?
I'm Nandish.
Louder clap for Mr. Nandish. Okay.
The situation is so simple because now we have to understand and accept. That's what I was just keeping my sharings. So whatever now the younger generations, according to them, they think right, they do go and do. And you may feel that what they are going in a wrong way and they will be in danger in the future. You try to tell them lovefully, selflessly, don't think I am a parent, I am a father. But actually in reality, eternal reality, when you come, we are all playing our role. You are playing a father role, they are playing the children role. But you are not a role. When the role consciousness comes, there you are attached, there you are in a confusion. But when you think, when you just witness as an observer, I am not my role, I am a light being, I am an actor. So I have to play my role in a honest way, is to save those souls from dangerous situation. You have to have a good wishes, a powerful thought you can send to them that is more than a speech. Anybody you can save from such things when you have a powerful good wishes, a pure feelings, and really to save them, save that soul from that dangerous situation, not as a son or a daughter. They are souls, they have come with their own destiny. Don't forget that. So when you are clear with the karma philosophy, when you are clear with their roles and your role, you are not confused. You will have a very big clarity and you will see that your powerful vibration in meditation connecting with the Supreme Light, then definitely they will have the thought what you are sending and they will connect to you. But as a father you think, and a father you want to save them, then you know the rippling vibrations will be there and they go far away from you. So this is a thing you have to accept now. The souls nowadays, they are with the younger generations. More the emotion of attachment is there, more they go away from you. Many parents do come to us and they go and tell they are doing wrong, this, and they want to catch hold. But they can't. It will definitely gives a different direction to them. Only the thing, when as an individual soul, as an actor, your responsibility to support, to protect, and whatever you want to do to for their success, you can do as the soul consciousness. In that pure feelings and the thoughts, that will have a more power, so that it can change them. That is your duty. And you will not be in a confusion. You will have the big clarity in that. Clear? Next.
Om Shanti everyone, my name is Dhanashri. So Didi, my question is, in an institution of marriage, when we love someone unconditionally, is it possible to be detached from them? So I mean, in case you love someone unconditionally, is it possible to detach from them? And the second question is, when you marry someone, but of course the families come into picture. So in order to avoid any arguments or fight, if someone's family is important, how to accept that and to stop expecting in return?
Yes.
So for example, if my parents are important to me, the other partner should understand that they are important, and in the same way, how should I stop expecting in return? So acceptance and stop expecting. How will that work to run a marriage more successfully in a long run?
Yeah. See, one thing, unconditional love means you are not expecting anything from your companion, and no arguments will be there. When there is a true unconditioned love, you are completely detached. You are an observer. You will that love is in such a way, you will understand his desires, his emotions, his drawbacks, merits and demerits. So your eye will not be there towards the demerits, you will see the merits of him. So that your love is that unconditioned love, and the pure love is there, that will not break. So when that is understood, and you will see him only that he is an actor, with account you are together. So there, when your vision is in such a way, he will equally understand you what you want. So in that, there won't be argument. Both will be speaking, understanding each other, not in an argument mode, but with a respect, with the instrumental mode, and with the detached observer. In that, you will directly hit his mind. So that will make him to understand you more clear, and there won't be any misunderstanding in between. Whether you love your parents, you are giving time to the parents. Equally, you will give time to his parents also. You will not have any difference of your parents and his parents, because your heart will be a broader one, and totally to say, the world as a family, when you understand each one, you will be there to embrace everybody. That is unconditioned love. Clear?
Okay.
Next.
We'll take last two questions.
Yes.
Good afternoon, madam. This is Karthik Ramaswamy.
Namaste.
Namaste. I am in a blissful state for the past 3 hours, thanks to all of you. But the moment I enter the Banagata road again, I will be back to myself where I was a couple of hours ago. So how do I continue my present blissful state, and how long it will take to learn this Raja Yoga meditation?
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, inside out one thing, outside in one thing. Meditation is that. The first level is inner journey to understand myself. And I told you that you make a space within in such a way that always you have a space to be in that eternal self. When you are in that eternal self, concentrated, centralizing the consciousness, the whatever is inside, the peace, the love, the bliss, that will be pouring outside. But what we do is, we realize ourselves with our identity, acquired. One is innate, one is acquired. See, acquired identity of everyone is, I am a doctor, I am an officer, I am this, external identity of the body. One is the innate self is that I am the point of light, the metaphysical entity, and I am blissful being, the peaceful being, the loveful being. I am the source of all positivity, the values. So when you are inside, when you are in that consciousness, then whether Banerghatta Road or in Pakistan, no, you will not come out. And your influence will be so much to others that you can give that current of peace, the current of love, the current of bliss to others, and their mind will be quietened by your vibrations. So suddenly we should not come out, for the external acquired identity. You be in, and then you see everything accordingly as an actors. God says, children, in each body there is a soul, an actor. Same thing many told, that we are all actors. As I said, even Shakespeare was very clear. The world is a drama. It is really a drama, eternal drama. But for that to understand, at least 5 days course or 7 days course, Raj Yoga course, at least learn the technique of meditation. I request all of you to learn the technique of meditation, then practice wherever you are. But it is needed, you have to make a part of your life. Why I am saying, see, naturally, even you can sense that even in Bharat, many things are happening, that happenings are leading to civil wars. You can see. So, to overcome all these things, the influences, outside, you need to be powerful within. You have to strengthen yourself with all your mind powers. Many things may go on against you. All negativity you have to see. Many vicious vibrations you have to see. But we are in the midst, We should be more powerful. That practice should be so powerful, even though wherever you are, so that you can overcome the vibrations in the atmosphere, vibrations of the souls who are with you, whether in the family or in the work field. So this is the way. Centralizing the consciousness again and again is very essential. Clear? Thank you. Yes.
Om Shanti. My name is Shri Priya.
Shubhpriya. Yes.
I'm really happy today that I'm here, and I'm thankful to my friend for calling me out, because I'm feeling really happy listening to all the wisdoms that you people are giving. And my question is, why, since my childhood, I have not been taught about this spirituality or the consciousness. It's been, I even don't know what is it. So why it's not been introduced in our education system?
Simple. You know the history of Bharat. The ancient system of education, the Gurukul, which was taught in 6 years, starting from 6 years only. Whatever our treasure, spiritual treasures were there about the values, about the eternity, and about the Supreme, the connection with the Supreme, these things were vanished. Because the many authors wrote that when the Britishers and other Mughals came, they said to break India, to break Bharat, you have to destroy their education system. So there, they banned all the Gurukulas, saying that only English speaking Gurukulas will be opened and others cannot do anything. And in that way, our systems were destroyed and then gradually modernized and commercialized education system. And now totally it has been vanished. No values are taught and many things are happening which is open to you. It is open book for you. So in that way, now we should not leave our roots of Bharat, the spirituality which is the base. Otherwise, we will collapse. The mental mind powers are not there and the eternity is not understood. The karma philosophy, which is Newton's third law, it is not just to study, it is our life. If this is not understood, then definitely, however big degrees you have, but that will not work out. Only the reality will work out, the eternity to understand and to put into practice, that will work out and make us very strong, you know. You have to be a mountain, whatever may come, that should destroy it and you should not be. That way you should stand within. That is the way we have to understand our ancient system to be very powerful with values. Clear?
Okay.
It's clear? Yes.
So we'll close the question answer session here. I'm apologetic to the ones whose questions we were not able to take, but I will give you a panacea. Okay, Pakka medicine, it will work. Go to the nearest Raj Yoga center, get hold of the sister there. She will say, do Raj Yoga course. You say, first answer my questions. You make her sit half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and if your questions are not answered, you can call Didi saying, my questions have still not been answered. I will take the Raj Yoga course only when my questions are answered.
Anytime you can ask me the questions. Thank you.
Okay. So, thank you, Didi. Thanks a lot. And now what we'll have is just from here, as Didi suggested, there is a 7-day Raj Yoga course. It's free, 1 hour per day. You can visit the nearest center and you can fix up the time with them. If you need help locating the nearest center, you can always Google it, or you can go to the website brahmakumaris.org center locator. Okay, or you can dial any one of our numbers if this doesn't work. Okay, don't dial straight away. Okay, and we will keep you informed about the upcoming programs. Feedback sheets are being distributed. Please spare 5 minutes for the feedback. It will help us reach you better next time. Your feedback is very important to us, valuable to us. And as you complete the feedback, the BKs, the ones who have come to a Brahma Kumari center first time, or the ones who have just visited a Brahma Kumari center 1 or 2 times, please come to the dais. We will give you toli and blessings. Okay. Toli is a kind of a snack given with a lot of love, prepared with a lot of love. Okay. So, toli and blessings on the dais. Preferences first timers, then second timers, then third timers. And BK students, please wait. And after this, you can head out to the Shiv Bhola Bhandara, that it's written there. There is lunch there. Okay. BK students, regular ones, please wait. Let them have the lunch first. Okay. Okay, a little correction. You can come here and Didi will give you toli and blessing cards. Okay. Benji. Please come to the dais. Please come to the dais. Sisters from this side, brothers from that side. Please come. Those questions who we were not able to answer, visit Brahma Kumari Center.